Okay, guys, so today we're going to do some baby back ribs on the Louisiana Grill. First thing we're going to do is season these up with some of my uh, pork rub, and this is a rub that I get off of All Recipes. It's called CC Riders Rib Rub. If you want to check that out, you can go to my channel and I have a video on it, or you can go to All Recipes and look up CC Riders Rib Rub, and it'll come up. It's a really good rub. I use it on ribs, pork butts, anything pork, I use it on. Now, usually you'd need to remove the membrane on these ribs, but these ribs came with the membrane already removed, so there's no need to do that. I bought these at Costco, and recently the ribs I've bought there have not had a membrane on them. But anyway, we're just going to get these seasoned up, and we're going to get them on the smoker. You can see I put quite a bit of the rub on there. I like them rubbed down pretty good. It really doesn't overpower the meat at all. Okay, so we got these all seasoned up. We've got the smoker turned up to 225 degrees. We're going to put these on the smoker. We're going to let them go for probably about 2 hours, and then we'll be back to check on them. Okay, guys, so it's time to get these ribs wrapped up. They've been on the smoker for about 2 hours. You can see from the looks of them, they have a really nice bark on them. So when I wrap these, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some butter in there. And then I also add just some brown sugar. You can put as little or as much as you'd like. I put about that much that you can see in the video there. It just helps to sweeten it up a little bit. And then I also add, along with that, a little bit of honey. And this is my own raw honey out of my beehives I have in my backyard, but you can use whatever honey you can find in the store if you don't have your own bees. And I'm going to put that in there, and that will just there again help. I just like the flavor that the honey gives to the ribs, and so we're going to go ahead and put that in there. So anyway, the next thing we're going to do is just wrap these up in some foil. And then the last thing that I like to do when I'm wrapping these up, I wrap them a little. It's a lot easier if you close those up a little bit before you dump the apple juice in. So then I dump probably 2 or 3 tablespoons of apple juice in there just to add a little bit of liquid to help tenderize that meat. Okay, guys, so then we just gonna put those back on the smoker with the meat side down, and then I'm gonna wrap this other rack up the exact same as I did the first rack and get those back on the smoker as well. Okay, guys, so these ribs have been on there another 2 hours, so it's time to get these off. We're gonna check them out, make sure they're good to pull off. What you wanna do is you wanna open one of these up, and you just wanna take a look at them. And if the bones, like you can see there, are starting to pull out, then you're good to go. Get these off, get them sauced up if you like sauce. If you don't, you can just let them rest and eat them. But I'm going to put some sauce on these, and then I'm going to put them back on the smoker for a few minutes. Okay, so I have some of this Stubbs barbecue sauce. It's one of my favorite barbecue sauces. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on there. I'm going to spread it around. I don't put it on too thick, pretty thin. It'll drip off there a bit, but just going to put a nice light coating of that on there. I usually just put my gloves on and use my hands. If your bark's set right, you don't have to worry about rubbing that off, and it'll turn out really good for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get these coated up with the sauce. Then we're going to close up the barbecue. Some people say put them back on for an hour. I found that's too much. I usually put them on for 15 to 20 minutes, pull them off, and they're good to go. I'm just going to sauce this other rack up the same way, and I'm going to put them back on the smoker, and we'll be back to check with you when it's time to taste these. Okay, guys, so it's time for these ribs to come off there. They've been on there about 15 minutes. Man, those look good. You see the color on those? It's amazing. Have a very nice bark on them. They're the perfect rib. They're going to have the perfect bite. So give us just a minute and we'll have a taste of these. Okay, guys, so we've got these ribs off the smoker. We've let them rest a little while, and man, do they look good. We're going to cut these up and give them a try. Let me get you in here and I'll give you a little bit closer look at these once I have them cut up. I'm going to show this to you here. Look at the smoke ring on that. I mean, doesn't that look good? The bark, everything about that rib looks perfect. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to have a bite of this rib, man. Look at that. That is the perfect bite. It comes off the bone, but it still has the bite to it. It's not falling apart. In my opinion, this is the perfect way to have a rib. So if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and a like. And I'm just going to keep eating here because these are really good. Look at how that comes off the bone. So awesome. It doesn't stick to the bone. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and a like, and we'll see you on the next one.